Today in this video, let us talk about the OnePlus 12 smartphone that will be here in January of the year 2024. The last time when I talked about the OnePlus smartphone was 6 years ago, and that was with the OnePlus 6. And I was the owner of that smartphone. I had my sister buy the very same, and a lot of my friends and my family members purchased that smartphone as well. But the things did change from that point, and the OnePlus 7 smartphone was exactly the same as the OnePlus 6 with a few tweaks here and there, and that was the same case with the other smartphones that OnePlus launched before they made a big move to compete the major flagship smartphones, not just in the terms of the chipset but also in the terms of the build quality, the new features, and so much so that was going into those smartphones, and that made the entire package a bit more pricier for some time before they launched the OnePlus 11 series. That was again something very similar to what OnePlus was doing with the OnePlus 6, and again now we have the OnePlus 12 smartphone that will be launching very soon. And let us start with the very basics. What is OnePlus representing in the year 2024, and what will OnePlus bring to the tables in this year? Well, my take, a cheap smartphone with performance faster than 90% of the Android flagship smartphones that we have in the market, and lacking in a few features like not the best cameras in the world and not a very solid waterproofing rating that is the classic OnePlus that we know from a few years ago, and that is not a bad thing at all. Now, this was not the case with the OnePlus 10, as that smartphone, as I just said, did not compromise on anything. But due to the pricing, the smartphone started to lose the identity, and that was what OnePlus wanted to fix with OnePlus 11, and might be they just perfected their old solution for the OnePlus 12 that will be releasing very soon. Now, according to all the videos that are already public to the audience from OnePlus sponsoring all those YouTubers, we have seen that this smartphone will come with exactly the same thing as we are talking about in this video. That means a faster processor, a faster storage, a decent set of cameras, and marketing towards the youth. And trust me, this is what the OnePlus 12 will be intending, which excites me more than ever. While putting together this video and working on this script, I was just so convinced to buy the OnePlus smartphone in the year 2024, and that is something to see when this phone will be finally launched. Now let us first discuss the design on the OnePlus 12 that will be exactly the same as the OnePlus 11 with a few changes here and there, and that is again something that we know officially from OnePlus itself, because they already have their page live in India and a few other countries, and we know what this smartphone will look like along with a lot of specification that we know about this smartphone itself. Again, we already have got the official look about the smartphone from some of the famous YouTubers back in India, and that comes from the YouTubers like the Tech Burner and the other big players in the YouTube market in the terms of the technology videos. It looks like OnePlus is again doing the same as what they did with the OnePlus 7, which was similar to the OnePlus 6 with a few changes here and there. The OnePlus 12 will look similar to the OnePlus 11. This means that OnePlus will have more money saved on R&D and keep their identity distinct with a metal frame and a glass back. I want the classic sandstone finish back on the OnePlus smartphone, and it looks like from all the videos that we already have on YouTube that OnePlus has indeed brought that material back on its all new OnePlus 12. I would love to have a sandstone finish, and that would remind me of the classic OnePlus smartphone, and the one that I really remember to use for a long time is the OnePlus 2. That was something that was released when I was in my college, and that was again a very interesting smartphone in that year and date. Now OnePlus will also be bringing some other colors like a blue one that is the same as the Google Pixel 8 Pro, and that is again something that is confirmed by OnePlus itself in one of their pages that was live in India, and that is again an interesting choice. And I think that this new blue color from OnePlus smartphone is a better one than what we have on the Google Pixel 8 Pro, and this is not something that we see every day. Now this means that there will be no crazy titanium on the phone, which means that OnePlus is not trying to compete with anyone over here and trying to keep their unique identity over here. As to the minor design changes that I just mentioned before, the alert slider will move to the left side of the phone and add a new antenna for the battle signal on the original position. The OnePlus 12 also will have a fingerprint scanner under the display, which is fast and accurate as always. The OnePlus 12 will be having a stereo speaker as well, that is again for a loud and clear sound that may compete against all the better flagships that we have in the market, like the ones from the Samsung and the Apples. And once again we can see that OnePlus is trying to bring only those features and maybe improving only those features that really matter to the people, instead of putting money onto the features that most of the people might not even use on the smartphones. So good thing that we are seeing from OnePlus smartphones in this year. The OnePlus 12 will come with an IP65 rating that is not the best in the world. Now I have seen OnePlus giving no rating to their smartphones, but again those smartphones did survive in the past, and maybe I think that if they are getting a better certification, the company needs to pay more, and that is why the company might be avoiding a higher certification on their OnePlus smartphones this year. But that does not mean that the smartphone will be lacking in something in the year 2024. But now the display on the OnePlus 12 is a 6.82 inches AMOLED display with a resolution of 1440p and a refresh rate of 120Hz. The screen is more edge to edge. The peak brightness may go up to 4500 nits, which is a crazy one to sound, but yes, that might be true, and we know that because this has been validated by all the YouTubers on YouTube that has already used and validated this device, and this is just an insane brightness that is coming out from a OnePlus smartphone, and that is again surpassing even the Google Pixel 8 Pro. That is amazing. I think that the brightness in the regular conditions may be 1600 nits, and it may peak up to 4500 nits in the situation while you are outside in a direct sunlight or something else. So again, this is a good one to see from a OnePlus smartphone. Now OnePlus is not intending to buy the best panels from Samsung itself, but what they want is that to get something from a very reputable brand, that is BOE, and it is again a big competitor to Samsung, and this means that the company might be able to acquire some cheap displays, again the one with a very good tech, and be able to sell you the smartphone in a cheaper price in comparison to what the price of the smartphone would be if it would have a Samsung display instead. Now let us talk about that what is under the hood of the OnePlus 12 smartphone, because that is one thing that never disappoints on the OnePlus smartphone, and you got it right. The OnePlus 12 smartphone will come with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, that is the regular variant and not the overclocked ones like we see on the Samsung smartphones, but again that is not a bad thing. One another thing that will be enabled on this Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor is ray tracing. That is something that I'm excited about to see on the OnePlus 12 smartphone. The base variant of this smartphone will come with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of internal storage. The smartphone will come with a crazy 5400 mAh of battery. That is again one of the largest that I have seen on a flagship smartphone, and that is again that would be the reason behind a solid performance on the OnePlus 12 smartphone. The phone will support 100 watt of wired charging, a 50 watt of wireless charging, and a 10 watt of reverse wireless charging. I love the 100 watt superbook power brick that comes with the OnePlus smartphones, and they are just amazing. The phone can go from 0 to 100% in just 26 minutes, which is amazing on the OnePlus 11, and that is again the same thing that I expect from the OnePlus 12 as well. It may take like 6 or 7 minutes longer because the battery is a bit larger from the OnePlus 11. Next, let us talk about the cameras on the OnePlus 12, because that is one thing that I want OnePlus to improve on in the year 2024, because they are getting a tougher competition from the Pixel smartphones. Again, the Pixel smartphones are not the fastest, which is the case with the OnePlus smartphones that are the fastest ones in the market, but these one lacks in the camera features and the tuning that I may expect from OnePlus smartphones in the year and date. We already know that OnePlus comes with the classic hazel blade branding on the back of the cameras, but only OnePlus could tell that how much really is the partnership working on tuning and how much is it for just the name. There is a quad camera setup on the back with a 64 megapixel telephoto camera, a 48 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 5 megapixel macro camera. It also has a 32 megapixel selfie camera on the front as suggested by OnePlus itself, and that is again a good thing. There will be no crazy camera features from the Google Pixel 8 Pro or the AI loaded features from the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Again, OnePlus is not trying to compete against the Google Pixel 8 Pro or the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, but all it is trying to do is that bring you the best smartphone for the best price range. And again, it is a bad thing for the nothing smartphone in the market right now, because if OnePlus is able to just price this smartphone really well, it is again a better smartphone in every way and respect from the nothing smartphones that we have in the market. The primary camera sensor on this smartphone is a Sony LYT808 sensor, which is the same one as the one that we have on the OnePlus Open. That means that we may be able to get a 1-inch camera sensor. And again, if OnePlus is able to pull it off in a better price range, or again the same as the one that we got on the OnePlus 11, that was $699 US, if I am right, and if it is the same price range as on this smartphone, I think that OnePlus will be able to pull the triggers and make it the best selling smartphone in the year 2024. Now the telephoto camera may offer a 3x optical zoom. That is something that is again confirmed from OnePlus itself. It is better than the 2x camera zoom on the OnePlus 11, but it is still not as good as the 10x zoom on the Google Pixel 8 Pro, and again something that we have on the iPhones and the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra as the very comparable alternatives. If OnePlus is able to tune the cameras on the OnePlus 12 smartphone, even with the help of the AI, or again the generative AI thing that we have in the market, I think that would be a great alternative to all those expensive smartphones that we have in the market. And again, OnePlus 12 will not cost you an arm and leg for the same features or the same quality of the cameras that we may see in the market, or the ones that we already have in the market from the Samsungs and the Googles. Now to the softer side of the smartphone, it may be the same story as the OnePlus 11, which does not mean too very good. The Oxygen OS 14 is more like the UI on the Oppo smartphones. Again, that is copied from the Color OS, or again I would say it is a collaboration of the Color OS and the Oxygen OS, and the byproduct is something that is very interesting and again a very slow at the same time. The OnePlus smartphones in the past were known for not getting slow for years, and that is not the same case that we have with the latest generations of the OnePlus smartphones, because the UI, it is just not the one that I would want to prefer. I got my friend in India in very recent a OnePlus CE2 Lite, and the phone, it could have been better if not this new Oxygen OS on top of the UI. Anyhow, the Oxygen OS 14 is based on Android 14 and may give a better experience to the people who just love to customize their smartphones. I can just hope for that this smartphone will not be slow after a few years or a few months of the launch. But there you have it, an experience that is still very reliable, still very fast, maybe not the best cameras, but maybe the best storage, the best processor, the best battery life on an Android smartphone, and so much so. And again, do not forget one of the fastest charging that we have in the North American market. That is again just in the OnePlus smartphones in comparison to all the other smartphones that we have in the market. And that was all that I wanted to discuss in this video. The OnePlus 12 smartphone that will be launched on January 24. I expect the smartphone to be launched at a price of $699 US, and that is something that would be an amazing price to value ratio that we might get out of a smartphone in the US market in comparison to nothing as a major competitor. That may be something that I wanted to mention as well. So that was all that I wanted to discuss in this video. My name is Anshul. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.